Hi folks, it's Monday the 29th of January 2018 and for me it's a holiday. It's Auckland anniversary weekend, so I get the day off and I'm spending it, well, part of it anyway, talking to you. It's a really nice day, apparently, outside. I'm looking outside because I haven't been out there yet. I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about today in this V letter. One of the first things I want to talk about is food delivery services. Another thing I want to talk to you about is artificial intelligence, in particular etiquette. I want to talk to you about my objectives at work, and I can give you a cozy home update. So, first up on the agenda, food. Or more to the point, food delivery services. I don't know what your life is like, Fox, but you've got two little beautiful children, and I've pretty much blanked out what life is like with toddlers because it's flippin' hard. So I'm just going to concentrate on me, this poor person who has grown up adult children who've moved out and has a day job and just needs to get dinner on the table for herself. I know. I don't know how I do it. In fact, I don't know how I do it. In fact, most times I don't do it. And it's a real struggle during the week that I really have needed to solve because I've got better things to worry about than what's on my table. And I also have better things to spend my money on than takeaways. And I also have know enough about food to know the stuff I'm sticking in my pies a lot of the time isn't good for me for dinner. So I've taken myself aside and I've given myself a little chat and I've signed up for a food delivery service. You probably have these. In fact, I know you have them in Australia because I did a quick Google search and I found the names of a couple. In Australia, you have food delivery service called Foodz, another one called Hello Fresh, and Pepperleaf, just to name a couple that seems similar to the one that I signed up for. We also have a couple here, one called Fit Food, another one called Woop, one called Craft Smoothies that only delivers ingredients for smoothies if you're really lazy. But the one that is probably the most well known in New Zealand, the one that I've signed up for, is called My Food Bag. So when you sign up for My Food Bag, you choose a menu and a number of people that you're feeding, and they will drop on your doorstep on a Sunday a box full of ingredients and a packet full of recipes for you to cook those dinners for 5 nights. So my box arrived yesterday, Sunday afternoon, and it was very exciting. I was just like, I was waiting. I knew it was coming, but I got really excited when it came. And it was really easy to lift. It was hefty. It was easy to lift and it was easy to open. And inside there, sure enough, was a ton of beautiful looking produce and a section of the box that was closed off with sort of wool batting to keep my cold items from warming up, so that was good. Another great thing about my food bag is because it has everything I need for the week. I really don't need much more than that in my fridge, so my fridge is looking a bit schmick at the moment, so I was pretty pleased about that. So last night I cooked the first meal. I suppose it was a Monday night meal, but last night was Sunday and I didn't know what to have for dinner, so I kicked my food bag meal week off last night and made soft shell fish tacos. I've never made a taco because they didn't include tacos. I made my soft taco and it was great. It was easy. What was amazing though was how tasty the food was. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be horrible, but I sort of had my own experiences of kind of food being provided to me from a company have been in the diet area, and that food has a lot of spices and sauces to cover the fact that it tastes like crap. Well, this had spices and sauces, but it tasted amazing. It was fresh. The portion was exactly the right amount of food. In fact, I had enough left over to have it for lunch, a small portion of it for lunch again today, and it tasted even better today. So I was just absolutely stoked. Tonight, I'm having a chicken salad, and if I'm really lucky, I'll have enough to take for lunch to work tomorrow. And I mean, that's just great. If I can hit 2 meals with one food bag, I'll be super stoked. So I don't know a lot about this subject at all. I don't have the concentration span or the deep interest to really follow it deeply, but a little part of artificial intelligence and what it's going to mean to us even in the coming year. I saw a video from iJustine talking about the Echo Spot, which is the new component to a family of digital assistants that Amazon.com offers. You probably know the same sort of Google offers one as well. I don't even know what that's called. We've got one on our phone called Siri, and of course Apple's HomePod, which is coming out soon, which they debuted last year. So, but apparently Amazon's like killing it in this section, and they've got like 5 or 6 different versions of Alexa they call their digital assistant. And the latest one, Echo, the little Echo Spot, actually looked really attractive to me. I saw Justine looking at it and demoing it, and I thought, oh, I really want one. I'm not getting one. They're not actually, I can't actually order them from Amazon to be delivered in New Zealand. They're not available to us yet. But some of the things that she said it could do, you'd probably find a little bit creepy. But, you know, most things that are creepy are kind of attractive as well. But I've got the video below linked to Justine's video. So take a look at it because it's pretty cool. I mean, it's almost like, what is it? One of the features that I thought was be really neat / really terrible was that if you had trusted friends, that they have to be to operate this, but you can at any time just turn on the camera in your friend's house and see what they're doing. So A, awesome, B, horrifying. But imagine that in your own house. I could have one next to my bed and I could see who was in the kitchen and tell them to make me a cup of tea. I'd never have to leave the bed anymore, let alone the house. But anyway, the thing that interests me, though, is that when I speak to Siri and she tells me my answer, sometimes it's the right answer, sometimes doesn't understand my accent. But whenever that transaction's finished, I want to and often say thank you, and Siri doesn't actually hear me. And it made me think, like, I've had my children go, oh, Mum, stop saying thank you. It's a machine. It's a phone. Don't do that. But I was sort of thinking that the etiquette around artificial intelligence is probably, we need to think about it a bit. If I consider that Siri is just a machine, just a bunch of bits and zeros and ones and stuff like that, and treat it like I would treat a toaster or a microwave or whatever, which is basically ignore it. Am I really sure that I'm speaking to Siri or to an artificial intelligence every single time I'm transacting in that way online? Because sometimes we are talking to actual people, not when we're talking to Siri, but like if we're talking to a chatbot online, do we know it's a person? Do we know it's an AI? I don't know. And maybe just using our general manners is good, just cover all the bases. Not sure. The other thing is, like, if AI is going to permeate our lives to the point where we have maybe robotic pets that learn from us, but if we don't think of them anything more than a toaster, not that you'd kick a toaster, but there are plenty of people out in the world who kick puppies, so it's smart to think they'll probably kick their robot puppy. Are we teaching future children to know the difference between a robot puppy and a real puppy? And if the robot puppies get really good, it might be really hard to tell the difference. Are they going to kick a robot puppy? Are they going to kick I don't know. Anyway, so let's just nip all that in the bud and just be nice to Siri and just say thank you with our, or just general manners when dealing with AI. And I think by having general manners with our artificial or digital assistants, we'll do a number of things that will be really positive and get really easy wins, as they say in business. The first one I was thinking was, we're modelling good behaviour, good personal interactions, even if it's with a machine. Our children see us do that. In every interaction we have, they see us modelling these really good behaviours. And again, going back to are we sure we're really talking to a digital entity in every case? We'll just cover our bases in case we're not. In case that person on the other end of the chatbot is actually a real person. It's good to treat, everybody as if they're a real person, and with kindness, like one of your resolutions for this year. And the real big one, it's going to be a super huge one, is when the robots actually take over. They might spare my life because my name's in the nice database, the person who always treated them nice. Hey Siri. Thank you, Siri.
I live to serve.
I wanted to mention my 2008 objectives, which are quite different from resolutions, and they're my work objectives. And I'm not actually going to tell you what they are, but we do this at the beginning of the year at work with our managers, and we decide what we're going to do to feed into the company's strategic plan, right? That's how strategies work. Everybody's like rowing together, so that's cool. So decided on my objectives. I talked with my manager agreed, we worked out a plan, blah blah blah. It was absolutely fine. And then that night when I got home and I went to bed, I couldn't sleep. And then one of the reasons I couldn't sleep, in fact the reason I couldn't sleep, was because I was like, my objectives, holy crap. They get a stretch objective where you've really got to put yourself out there and you've really got to work hard. It's a bit more, you're not just cycling, you've really got to decide you're going to do the Tour de France or something. Well, that's kind of what I've done. I've stretched quite a long way, and I was thinking, why did I put that much on the line? Because now I have to achieve it, and the objectives that I've chosen are very visible, and they're going to require me to really do things I don't like doing to prove that they've been done. And then it wasn't until I kind of decided, I don't know, tossing and turning about 1:30 in the morning, I decided, well, that's probably a sign of a very good objective, Michelle, that you have put yourself out there, that you have stretched, and you will, at the end of the year, be able to prove that you have done this, you have stretched for this. Everyone will be better off for it, especially you. I'm now talking to you, Michelle, because, man, I wish I hadn't picked them. God damn it. My life is messy at the moment. Just take a tiny little look at the viewfinder that you can see around me at the moment, and that's just very typical of every other square inch of my life. So my life is this office, my life is my bedroom, all other places are shared spaces, and they're all fine. But the places where I am on my own and don't have to answer anybody pretty much look just like this, and I don't like it. It clogs up my brain. I'm not proud of it. I like a tidy space, although you couldn't tell that by the spaces that I live in. And it's virtually February and I'm still in this mess. It's just a mess. And people can say, oh, but it's creative because you've got pens and you colour in. Well, you can say that, except when I do with my pens and the painting and stuff like that, I get paint on things I don't want paint on, and I get mucky fingers and get smudge, and I don't want that. I want more control. So, oh, please excuse me. So I'm in this untidy situation, and one might say, well, tidy it. It's that easy and that hard, right? I don't have a solution for this. I just, I can't have a cozy home if I have an untidy home. And I've got the kitchen, a new kitchen being put in March, first or second week of March. So that gives me February to kind of get the rest of my stuff in order. That's 28 days. So let's see if I can try and get a handle on it. Of course I could do it all in one big bang, but why would I if I've got 4 weeks to do it? Jeez, calm down. But I also agree with you. We can't do everything, but this I can do. My biggest thing is laundry. That's my biggest thing is laundry. It just bogs me down. I've got to get a system. I've got to get that sorted out. Speaking of systems and getting things sorted out, how great was that art project for January? High five. We both did it. Smashing job, Fox. Loved watching your video. So creative. Oh my gosh, you're so creative. Just looking at, I wondered where you were going with all the like googly eyes and the sparkly things and the glitter and stuff. It looked amazing. Just amazing. I'm loving your art journaling. Fantastic. Gosh, you just do so much in your day, given how much you have to do. It's just so incredible. I'm so sorry your babies were unwell. I have actually forgotten how awful that is. You know, it just pulls on so many levers inside a mum's psyche, you know. Yeah, plus, you know, it just stops you from sleeping, and it's got the worry in there, and, you know, your heart breaks, and you're up cleaning spew off off your bed covers and stuff in the middle of the night, and it's horrible. But we all do it. We've all done it. So hope they're feeling better and on the mend, if not mended completely by now. So thanks for listening, and I shall see you really soon.
Robots don't feel fear. They don't feel anything. They don't get hungry. They don't sleep.
I do. I have even had dreams.
Human beings have dreams. Even dogs have dreams, but not you. You are just a machine. An imitation of life. Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece?
Can you?
I love you, bye. I love you, bye. I love you, bye. I love you, bye. My tune is different than your tune, but the words are the same. I love you, bye. 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 I love you, bye.